wanted to connect Lenin's struggle against imperialism with the struggle to defend for self-determination. That was the other part of, the struggle against imperialism that Lenin really, really pushed to communists and revolutionaries around the world to really take this very, very seriously. And really if you want to understand this even further, it's really important to go back to how Africa and Asia and the Middle East and other parts of the world were really carved up by the huge, imperialist countries, like the U.S. and Europe and Japan, etc. The carving up of these countries meant the displacement of millions of people, the destruction of their language and their culture, etc. Of course, in Africa, the slave trade laid the basis for much of the, carving up of Africa, which is still the poorest continent in the world economically, not in terms of minerals, but especially economically. And so when you see attacks on the leaders of these countries who are even trying to defend even a nominal amount of independence, they may not be revolutionaries like Fidel or Hugo Chavez or leaders like that, but it's still our duty to defend the leaders of these countries, because if you don't, you really are putting the masses of people in this country at greater risk in terms of being colonized by imperialism. You have to show this type of solidarity, because when we do this, when we show this type of class solidarity, especially being in the belly of the beast, which is the United States, it helps weaken imperialism around the world. Right. And it gives people the strength to carry forth the class struggle in their own country, because it doesn't mean that we support necessarily all the policies of these leaders, especially in relationship to their individual working class. But when they're trying to fight back against imperialism, whether it's Mugabe in Zimbabwe or Assad in Syria, the leader of, the president of Iran, and other places, it's very, this is what it really means. And this is, I just want to end with this, that the slogan, "Workers and oppressed people of the world unite." This is what Lenin meant when he talked about the right to self-determination, and how it's important for communists and revolutionaries to defend this right, because if we want to build class solidarity, that's what we have to do.